Welcome in. We're going to cover all the games for you here as we are Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, doing live free sports for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. Deliver those winners, our professional handicappers here at Pick Dawgz and Sports Chat Place. Let's meet him today. All right, Kirk, what's happening?
Not much. How you doing today?
Doing all right. As we trying to get all our issues here with our technical. We'll get it right. Joey, what's going on?
Hey, happy Monday, Tony. How you doing?
Doing great. David Racy, what's up?
Just celebrating a big walk-off win by my Tigers in the Little League Classic last night.
Very good. Nice. See how the rest of the month and a half goes for Detroit. Go on. What's the word?
Oh yeah, it was a positive weekend. Especially yesterday with the Tigers winning, just like David said. And 2 outs. Got the run through to tie it up and then winning in extras. Like that.
That's good. Brad, what's going on?
What is going on, guys? Nice little weekend. Ready to get the week started off strong. Not the best slate today, but I'm ready to dive in and see if we can give you guys some winners.
Just get yourself some winners, indeed. Now, Rod, what's up?
Not too much, Tony. For a nice new week. I had a tough weekend. I went 2-4 and 2-3. So one of those days. Those days happen. So looking to start the new week strong. Going forward. So it is what it is. You guys, we're in for the long haul, not the 2 days sample size.
That's right. It's always a long haul. All right, guys. As you know, here it is the morning show format. So we'll go ahead and get started here with the games. New format here. So let's put up the games right now. We're going to start here with the Diamondbacks Marlins, and then we'll move over to Reds Blue Jays and Mets and Orioles. But we'll start our segment here with Kirk.
Yeah, so I'm going to be looking at this slot. I'm going to be looking at the Mets versus the Orioles. I like the Mets here on the run line. I mean, Trevor Rogers is starting for the Orioles, and he's actually been even worse with the Orioles than he has been. And he has a 7.53 ERA that acquired from Baltimore from Miami, and 2 of his 3 starts he gave up 5 runs. So I think Drew Pin's a really good option for the Mets. I think they need this one, and I'm going to Mets on the run this slot.
There we go. Got that on this slot. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we're ready for the next. We'll go over to Joey.
Yeah, so I'm with Kirk on this one. I think the Mets are a good shot here, but one play I'm looking at is the over for the Diamondbacks and the Marlins. The D-backs are sending Brennan Pfaadt to the mound. He might be 3-0 his last 4 starts, but he has a 5.18 ERA in those games. He played on the road in 2 of those, and he had a 3.97 ERA in those 2 road appearances. Marlins are sending Adam Oller. He's not pitched many innings since 2022. However, in respective to his home park, he is horrid. He has a 7.35 ERA and a 1-5 record. The over is 3-0-1 in the D-backs' last 4, and we saw what those bats can do against the Rays. So as long as we get a few runs from the Marlins, I think this one sails over the total.
All right, we'll continue on over to David Racy.
Yeah, I like that over as well, but I'm going to take a look at this Cincinnati-Toronto game. Toronto comes in as a decently sized favorite in this one, but I think the value here is with the Reds. I know they're going with the rookie pitcher, but Gausman hasn't been great this season, and Cincinnati's sitting at plus 130 against a Toronto team that really struggles to hit. I mean, if you can just pitch around Vlad Guerrero, you can tame this Toronto offense pretty good. So I think all the value is sitting here on Cincinnati at plus money.
From David, all right, over to Javon.
Yeah, we're gonna roll with the Mets. It's just a situation where we got Trevor Rogers on the mound. He hasn't been pitching good all year. Since the trade, they felt like, a new place of scenery, playoff atmosphere might do him some justice, but absolutely not. 2 of his 3 starts with the Orioles have amounted to 5 runs in those starts, and he had 1 serviceable start, but I just think with a team that he's familiar with, that's familiar with him, and a team in the Mets that's crushing lefties at home, I'm all over the Mets in this one.
Mets there from Javon. We'll continue here and go over to Brad up next.
Today's game, give me the Reds on the money line. You know, tough news for the Reds today. It came out that Hunter's Green's going to be out for this season, and I actually think that may fire up this team. Also, the Reds, they hit much better away from home, which is kind of interesting. Like you guys say, Gausman, he hasn't been that great. He's actually been substantially worse at home than on the road as well. So I think there's great value with the Reds there. D-backs, Marlins, I'll just take the D-backs on the run line here. You know, they had a tough weekend, but I think they bounced back. And, you know, the Marlins actually have to travel farther back to Miami from New York than the D-backs have to travel from Tampa. So I actually think it's a great spot for the D-backs to bounce back. And then I'm with you guys too. Give me the over 8.5 in that Orioles-Reds game. Rogers has looked awful. And I think the Orioles lineup could get to Peterson as well. So I'll take the over there as well.
Over there, and over to Rock.
Yeah, and in this time slot, I agree. I like the over between Baltimore and the Mets. We know Rogers has been getting hit all season long, and the Mets definitely have seen Rogers before, so I think they can get to Rogers. Peterson will definitely give up some as well, and that Baltimore bullpen could definitely give up some as well. So take the over 9 in that one. And all the value is on the Reds. He just pits around Vladdy, and you definitely have a great shot to win this game, especially with Gausman on the mound. Gausman has looked good at times, but definitely here at home, he hasn't looked so good. And you see Vladdy, I've seen him a few at-bats. He's starting to chase some of these pitches like he was earlier in the season, maybe because he's probably getting frustrated. The season's pretty much over, and he's chasing some bad pitches for the Blue Jays. So all the value is with the Reds in that one. And you know what? I'm going to go the other way. I think this is the spot that I'm going to Arizona in game ones of series, they haven't been good all season long. They've got a losing record in game one of a series. And Brandon Pfaadt on the mound. I'm going to fade Pfaadt. I like Miami here in this spot. They picked up Oler. And what does Miami do when they pick up these rookie pitchers, these young guys who don't have a lot of work? They're very good at molding these pitchers into gems. And they've actually won 2 of the 3 meetings this season already with Arizona. All the values with Miami. Give me the Marlins in that one.
All right, from Rod Zawacki. And what I'll look at here is I'll look at Miami on the run line, take the 1.5 here. Marlins bullpen over the past 10 games have been outstanding. The ERA just 2.45, and we've seen the D-backs bats cool off a little bit over their past 5. So we'll look at the plus with the Marlins and Reds and Blue Jays. I'll look at the Reds at the plus money. You know, Julian Aguilar was really well touted by Reds management come out of spring training. And Gausman at home is just a total fade for me. Orioles, Mets, I'll look at the over in this one, over 8.5. We know that the trends here with the Orioles and the Mets going over. A lot of it has to do here with this Orioles bullpen really struggling and Trevor Rogers on the hill. So what more can you ask there with that one? Here, looking over in Orioles and Mets. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through as we get ready here for the next series of games here. So let me go ahead and pull them up right now. We'll get to the odds here. We got through this set. So our next set's going to be Pirates Rangers, Angels Royals, and the Red Sox Astros. We start with Kirk.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking here at the Red Sox on the money line. Kikuchi is pitching for the Astros, but he's been pretty good centered by Houston, but he's not pitched well against Boston this season. Gave up 5 runs, 7 hits across 4 innings, and Boston got swept by them at home, but Boston's the better road team in this one, or better road team this season than they are at home. They scored a 3rd most runs per game on the road. I'm liking the get on the Red Sox today in this one. In the game here, I'm going to have to take the Royals on the run line with Lugo at home. They just crushed the Reds, scoring, I think, 28 runs over their last 3 games, and there's no reason they shouldn't get to Fulmer and win this one by 3-4. So start at 2.5 and lay however many you're comfortable laying.
That's from Kirk. As we continue on here, we move over to Joey.
Yeah, so in the Angels and the Royals game, I like the over. Seth Lugo, he's really been struggling recently. He's 1-3 his last 4 with a 6.85 ERA, and he's had really poor ball control, throwing at least 2 walks in each of those 4 starts. The Angels are going with Carson Fulmer, and he's been struggling as well with a 6.23 ERA. Royals bats have been on fire, similar to what Kirk said. They scored 28 runs against the Reds. I think the Royals can kind of get this over by themselves, if I'm being honest here. In regards to the Pirates Rangers, I don't really have anything for that one. But for the Astros Red Sox, I like Houston. There's no doubt Tanner Houck's been inconsistent. I think there's some regression coming for him. He's 0-2 his last 4 starts with a 4.56 ERA. UC Kikuchi's been doing great for the Astros since he's been signed over from Toronto, and I think he continues on that trajectory here, and I think the Astros get the win.
Yeah, from Joey Tron. Next up, David Racy.
Yeah, Pirates Rangers. I'm looking at the Rangers here. I'll take them on the run line. You know, Texas has been super inconsistent this year, but they are above 500 at home. They're going with Dane Dunning, who has kind of bounced between the starter role and the bullpen. But you know, I think he can get through this Pirates lineup. Pittsburgh in their last 13 games, I think they're 2-11, really struggling to hit the ball right now. And I just think they're catching Texas, who again is inconsistent but playing at home. I like the Rangers on the run line. And then Red Sox, Astros, you know, since the All-Star break, what was that? I think 5 or 6 weeks ago, Boston has just been like an automatic over team. I know 3 of the last 4 have gone under, but every time I step off the over train, it gets back going. If you look at their pitching staff over that time frame in the 5 or 6 weeks, they've been awful, but the bats have been actually pretty good. So I think over 8.5 in any Boston game right now is worth a good look.
There we go from David Racy. As we get ready here, we get to Javon.
Yeah, we're gonna roll with the Royals. What we're gonna do with this one is we're gonna, pull out the Steno clip. We're really just riding the streak in this one. They've just that last series they had where they swept out. They was putting up 13, 8, 9, runs per ball game, and just like Joey Tron said, it's just one of those situations where they're gonna do a lot of the heavy lifting in this one. So, with that said, I think it's safe to say that, going up against the Angels team, who I believe they lost their last 3, one team, these 2 teams are going in opposite directions. So I want my money on the home team, who cracks ass basically at home, and they got the hard bats right now. So now it'll be the Royals.
From Javon, all right, we move over to Brett.
Yep, Royals as well. I mean, you kind of heard everything these guys said. Fulmer, he got hit up badly against the Blue Jays in this last start. This Royals offense should continue to roll. So I'll take him on the run line. Even take him -2.5 if you want some better odds there. Red Sox, Astros, tough game to pick. I lean Astros, though. I mean, this team's just too hot for me to fade them. Kikuchi has looked pretty good with them so far. Houck has been a beast this season, but the Astros just saw him a couple weeks ago, so I think they may hit a little bit better than they hit off him the first time around. So the Royals -1.5, and then the Astros on the money line for this lot.
There we go from Brad Francis. We go over to Rock.
And in this, looking at the Angels and the Royals, a couple spots I'm going to take the Royals. Their bats have been hot. Royals have also won their last 18 games at Kauffman Stadium against an American League opponent with a losing record. So 18 straight wins for the Royals at home versus bad teams. And we know the Angels, as Jovan pointed out, they've lost 3 straight and slumping. And so what I'm going to do is I think these bats come to life, and the Royals easily score a bunch of runs. So take the Royals over 2.5 runs in the first 5, and then I'm going to take the Royals team total over 4.5 for the full game. I think they easily get to 6+ runs in that one. And then the other one in this spot, Boston and Houston. And I'm going to take one of those contrarian unders. I think we've seen Boston with all these overs. But you look Boston versus left-handed pitching, they definitely can't hit a beach ball versus left-handed pitching over the last 10 games. They've struggled against left-handed. Sub 200 was a $1.92 over the last 10 games versus left-handed pitching. So I think Boston struggles to do their part of the heavy lifting in scoring some runs in that one to get us over. So give me the under Boston and Houston in that one. And then what was the other one? Oh, the other one was the Pirates in Texas. Yep. And you look, Dane Dunning's getting the start again. He got a start last time, and he got rocked. Gave up a few runs and hits. He's trying to get that starter roll back. As we know, that pitchers that they want that starting money. He doesn't want to be a reliever. And he's been struggling everywhere he's been. So I think Texas gives up some runs. I think the Pirates, the way they've been going, and Ortiz on the mound, I think Texas bats can get to him. Give me the over 8.5 in that one. Pirates, Texas.
Yeah, from Rondo. And while I look at this one here, we will start here with the Angels and Royals. I'm going to take that plus with the Angels in that spot. Fulmer's allowed 3 earned runs or fewer in 6 of 7 starts. Look at Lugo's current form. His past 4 starts, allowing 21 runs, 9 walks. The KC bullpen in their past 10, ERA over 4. So look there at LA at that big plus price. Red Sox in Houston. I'm going to look at Houston minus 119. They've won 10 of 11, and they've been beating the Red Sox in 6 straight. Houston hitting form really good. The Red Sox pen has been bad over the past 10 games, ERA over 8. So we'll look here at Houston here at minus the 119. All right, we'll continue here on the drive-thru as you get ready here for the next games from this slate. We'll begin here with Rays Athletics, Twins Padres, White Sox Giants, and we begin with Kirk.
Yeah, I think this is probably the toughest of the slates today, and I'm going to be looking at the Rays here on the money line. They're one game above 500, and they really need to make a push if they want to do anything. And Taj Bradley actually has been pretty serviceable this season, and I don't trust Joe Boyle, so I know this could be a trap spot for the Rays with the short money line, but I'm on the Rays in this one. And are we going over Mariners, Dodgers as well, or just those three?
We'll just those 3 for now.
All right, then no other real opinions on the other 2.
All right, we'll go over to Joey.
Yeah, so another total from me. And the Rays and the A's, I like the over. Both pitchers are definitely in a rut, and I definitely like to see runs here. Taj Bradley's 0-3 his last 3 starts with a 9.64 ERA, and he's allowed 4 home runs in those games. Joe Boyle's 1-1 his last 3 starts with an 8.10 ERA. Rays bats have been hot, and honestly, after last night, the A's not being able to score any more than 1 run with bases loaded in extra innings, I think I see some anger from them, and I want to see some runs from the A's tonight. Padres Twins, I like the Padres on the run line here. Michael King has been killing it for San Diego, and he's 3-0 his last 4 starts. Twins are sending Zebby Matthews for a 2nd career start, and I honestly don't like the look of that. Padres bats are hot. They're playing for a late playoff push. Give me the Padres on the run line there.
From Joey, and we move over to David.
Yeah, I'm with Joey on the Padres. I think that's a tough spot for that Minnesota pitcher to be in. I know he pitched well in his first outing, but this is a tough spot to go up against maybe the hottest team in baseball over the last month or so. So I like the Padres on the run line. And then Chicago and San Francisco, it's tough to take anything in a White Sox game because you just don't know what's going to happen. I mean, they're only 12-51 on the road. They've been pretty awful. But I'm going to take a shot with the over 7.5 here. San Francisco's going with Kyle Harrison, who has not pitched great in his last 3 outings. He was super hot, pitching very well, but last 3 outings against Atlanta, Washington, and Cincinnati, he's had some struggles. On the other side, the White Sox are going with Jonathan Cannon. He's been up and down this year as well, but we know that Chicago bullpen is awful. So I think San Francisco probably does most of the heavy lifting, but I do think the White Sox can get about 3 runs and push this one to the over.
Says David Racy. We go over to Javon.
Yeah, well, I'm on the White Sox Giants under first 5 innings. Jonathan Cannon, he hasn't pitched bad despite the White Sox struggles, this year, specifically their bullpen. So I want to eliminate the bullpen out the mix. And, you get a 5-run, spread out of Cannon and Harrison, you're going to get a low amount of runs. Neither one of these teams have really been able to hit, as of late. So, I want the under in my back pocket for the first 5.
Yeah, from Javon. All right, we'll continue on, and we move over to Brad.
Yeah, Twins Padres. I'm gonna take the under in this one. I think there's a reason this is the lowest total on the board. Michael King, he's been consistent all season long. Zebby Matthews, he didn't look too bad in that start against the Royals. We also know Petco Park is one of the more pitcher-friendly parks in the league, so let's take a shot with the under there. Rays, Oakland A's. I mean, I'm going to take the Rays on the money line. This line does look a bit fishy. They'll definitely have the advantage with Todd Bradley on the mound. A's will have Boyle with a 7.39 ERA. I mean, like I said, the line's just kind of weird. I think it may be because of that long travel for the Rays, but I just can't back Boyle in this matchup. So give me the Rays on the money line. White Sox Giants. This is gonna be an ugly one. I'll take the under in this one too. Like Jovan said, I actually like how Cannon has looked lately. So I think he could limit the Giants. I don't love Harrison for the Giants, but I mean he's facing the White Sox, so I expect him to have a decent outing. So just expect a low scoring, ugly game in that one. Give me the under.
And from Brad, we go over to Rod.
Yeah, for me in that White Sox Giants spot, you know what? It's worth taking a shot with the White Sox first 5 in that one for me. Cannon can definitely mow down some Giants. And Harrison is the weak link for me in that one. I think the White Sox, we've known their history against lefties. They see lefties pretty good. So I think they got a shot to win the first 5. We know what the bullpen is after that. That's a little scary. So give me the White Sox first 5 in that one. And I like the under between the Twins and the Padres, even off of a 3-game road trip into Colorado. In their first game back at home off of those road trips. I love the Padres under. Worked last time off of a road trip. They faced the Pirates. That first one back, it was a 2-1 final in that one. So give me the under, Twins, Padres. And Tampa Bay and Oakland. I'm going to go with Oakland here. It is a tough spot for Tampa Bay, having to travel into Oakland. And you know what? The Oakland A's, they've definitely been a scrappy bunch. And this scrappy bunch doesn't lose back-to-back at home very often. You look there, they've won 8 straight following a home loss. So give me Oakland to bounce back after the loss and take advantage of a tired Tampa team. I also like the under in that one. I think it's a lower scoring game.
From Rod Zawacki. All right. I'll look at Oakland as well, plus 115. Pretty much a spot play, a very tough spot for the Rays. No rest in between, having to make that long flight into Oakland. Bradley has been roughed up a little bit over his past 3 starts. And I'll look at the Padres. I guess one of those situations in interleague situations that when you have these AL teams going into San Diego or San Francisco, or even on the other side, when you see those NL teams go into Seattle and Oakland for the first time, I think the bats have trouble adjusting. So I'll look here at the Padres in that spot. And based on analysis, we're in the situation there with the White Sox and the Giants. AL team going into a pitcher's park in San Francisco. I think the run production for the White Sox will be suppressed. I don't trust the Giants to get this over on their own. So I'll look at the under there with the Giants and the Chicago White Sox. All right, we'll continue here on the drive-through. We should have probably done that in the last segment because you may not have a game on this one, everyone, but we'll see who does. Kirk, on the Mariners game.
Yeah, I'm going to go under the total here in the Mariners versus Dodgers. We've seen Mariners games at 7.5, 6.5 this year, and it's up to 8 for this one. Wu's actually been really good in his last 4 starts, giving up 3 runs over his last 24 and 2/3 innings. And the Mariners' bats are probably the hardest bats to trust in the league. I think Stone has a good start here, and I expect like a 3-2, 3-1 type of game. So give me the under 8 in this one.
There from Kirk, we'll go over to Joey.
Yeah, I'm a Kirk in this one. I like a low-scoring game. I'm not going to beat a dead horse and repeat everything that Kirk said, but what's his name? Brian Wu's allowed just 3 runs in his last 3 starts, and I think that's absolutely insane. And if any pitcher is going to shut down the Dodgers, it would be him. And Gavin Stone's been doing pretty well too, so I really like a low-scoring game here.
Yeah, from Joey, we'll go over to David.
Yeah, with Seattle's hitting the way they are, the under's probably a safe play. I'm going to take the sucker bet and take the Dodgers here at home. 38-22 at home. I know the Mariners have the starting pitching advantage, but you just can't trust their bats. They are one of the most inconsistent offensive teams in the league, and they're one of the lowest scoring. So I'll take the Dodgers at a decent price.
Dodgers there from David. We go over to Jovan.
Yeah, Seattle seemed like a popular pick. When I was doing some digging and looking at what other people had to say about it on the internet, on social media and all that. But I like to fade that move. I'm on the Dodgers in this one, even though Gavin Stone, he hasn't pitched well. Brian Wu has. It's just a fact of the matter that the Dodgers, they've owned the Seattle Mariners and quite handily. At that, hasn't really been any close games. It's been multiple run games in this stretch. I think they're 8-2 in their last 10 against, or 7-3 in their last 10 against the Mariners. So, just based off of that, I'm gonna vote with the Dodgers on I guess, relatively short price.
From Siobhan, we go over to Brad.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the under here as well. Seattle is traveling from Pittsburgh. The Dodgers are traveling from St. Louis. I think that will have an impact. And I'm a Brian Wu backer. I think he could limit the Dodgers. And I mean, we can't trust these Mariners bats. So I expect Gavin Stone to actually look somewhat decent. So I'll take a shot with the under as well.
And from Brad, go over to Rod.
Yeah, I gotta agree with everyone. I like the under here. I think we got a lower scoring one on our hands here. We know the Mariners bats can go ice cold at times, so I think this is one of those spots that Gavin Stone steps up and pitches a solid game, and we get like a 3-2, 4-2 type game, which brings us in under the total in that one.
Total there from Rod, and of course on this one, yeah, I'm gonna tag here with David Racy here on the Dodgers side at that price point. Again, it really comes down to the bats here for the Mariners. Just can't trust them, and the Dodgers have played fairly well of late, winning 10 of 13 of at home. Let me take a look at the lineup today. We got Ohtani, Betts, Freeman in the lineup. All right, we got Muncie's in the lineup as well. So Will Smith. All right, we got. They're the Dodgers again. At least on the offensive side. You know, I'd be a little nervous if they went up against a studded team with Stone on the mound, but the bats are back to all-star quality. All right, let's continue here on the drive-through. Before we get to our parlay peripheral segment, let's take a look at what the guys have over at Pick Dawgz Premium. We'll start with Kirk. What's going over at the site?
Yeah, I got a 3-pack today, coming off 2 winning days. Got 3 plays starting pretty soon, so make sure to hop on board. And a lot of other sports are coming back tomorrow, like WNBA, and then there's going to be soccer on the weekend. So hop on a week-long pass to get a ton of different sports.
Yeah, from Kirk. David, what do you got going over at Pick Dawgz?
Yeah, I also have a 3-pack going tonight in the MLB, but best value is probably going to be the week-long 7-day pass. I've been killing it in NFL preseason. I think I'm first on the leaderboard for the NFL so far through 2 weeks. Preseason was good to me last year. It's been good to me this year, so head on over and check it out.
All right, that's from David Racy. And, of course, we'll go over to Javon. What's going over at Pick Dawgz Premium? Really good past 7 days.
Yeah, I have 2 standalone plays in MLB. Couldn't get to a third one to make a 3-pack, but that's all right. Not going to force anything here, especially with football on the horizon. You know, check me out 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, yearly. Football season's coming up, so you might want to jump on one of those seasonal football passes, or, you know, jump on something yearly, because it's about to go down. We're about to run up the units, you know, through the end of the season, the end of the year.
Absolutely, get on board with Javon. Brad, what's going over at the site?
Yeah, today, like I said in the beginning of the show, lighter slate. So I just have one play. I absolutely love the play, though, so go check it out. But good time to hop on something long-term, like all these guys said. College football starting up this week. I got UFC this weekend. Great time to hop on a 7-day or team me up with one of these guys. It's going to be a big week.
Get on board with Brad Francis. And over to Rod.
And yeah, that's over at Pick Dawgz Premium. I love today's card, so I've got a 5-pack to kick off the week. In that 5-pack includes my 10-star play of the day. We're 29 and 24 on it, so definitely scoop it up singly, or best as everybody said before me, the best way to go is something long term. Don't forget about that 2-for-1 capper promotional, and pair me up with any one of the other hot handicappers. Hey, 2-for-1, 3-for-1, 4-for-1. Nothing like having a few cappers making money for you in your back pocket. So head on over to Pick Dawgz Premium, scoop it up.
Well, yeah, get on board with Rod Zawacki. All right, over to Joey. What you got going over at Pick Dawgz? Seeing good results at WNBA this year.
Yeah, I got 2 plays up for tonight. I had a really good weekend, went 6-2. I'm looking forward to week 0 for college football coming up on Saturday. So check us out. Use the code PICK for 15% off. Partner me up with another capper for the 2-for-1 promotional and see what we're all about.
That's right, guys. Get on board with Joey. I've got a best bet on the board as well right now over at Pick Dawgz Premium. So get on board. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. Save that 15% off. Remember the long-term pass. Remember that 7 days. Covers the baseball. Cover week 0. College football and all the preseason here NFL. So remember, we got a lot of sports overlapping now when you get that 7-day pass here on a Monday. All right, let's continue here on the drive-thru. Now this is now time for our parlay peripheral segment where the cappers can give it a parlay, a peripheral pick, maybe a week 1 NFL, a preseason pick, a week 0 pick, week 1. They call it here. Kirk, what do you got? Lost you on mute there, Kirk.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a two-team parlay today. I'm going to go with the Reds and the Royals minus 2.5.
Yeah, from Kirk, all right, we go over to David Racy.
Yeah, I got a MLB future here for you guys. I think it's worth a look to take the Minnesota Twins to win the AL Central. Last time I looked, they're sitting at plus 180. They're only a couple of games behind Cleveland, but Cleveland's trending in the wrong direction. Their bats have been very hit or miss here recently, and Minnesota has all the momentum. So I think plus 180 is a decent price for a race that is, I think, separated by 2 games. Let me look. 2 games right now. Cleveland is up, but Minnesota's coming like a freight train, and I like them to win the Central.
All right, what do you got for us, Javon?
Yeah, we're gonna roll with the Blue Jays and the Pirates for a 2-teamer.
There you go, from Javon. Next up here.
I'm not the Pirates, sorry, the Padres.
Padres.
Not the Pirates. Yeah.
There you go, Padres there.
Yeah, the Padres.
There you go.
Sorry.
All right, Brad, what do you got?
Reds money line, D-backs run line, Dodgers, Mariners.
There you go, from Brad over to Rod. Rod's frozen. No, he's not. He's all right.
And for me, we're going to go with the Dodgers on the money line, take Oakland on the money line, and I take Gunnar Henderson to get us an RBI. He's going to feed us a steak. And that's plus 175. I think Gunnar gets one. He's had 5 RBIs straight, so in the last 5 games. He's been hot. Take Gunnar Henderson. RBI.
RBI from Rod. All right, so, Joey, what do you got?
Yeah, this is an NFL future. Baker Mayfield, 25-plus touchdowns. Found us at plus 120 on DraftKings. He had 28 last season, and it really looks like he found his groove with this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. He's got plenty of weapons in Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Jalen McMillan, and I think he sails over that 25 mark.
There you go, from Joey Tron here. The guys are going to let you know what they got as far as their video series over at Pick Dawgz, or if they have any written work. Kirk, I know you've got a few video series over at Pick Dawgz. I know we got European soccer going.
Yeah, so all 5 leagues will have started by Friday for domestic soccer, German, Italian, Spanish, Premier League, and French League. So me and Goran are splitting up those videos. We have about 20 each, 25 videos each week. And yeah, didn't do my MLB over-unders this weekend just because it was trying to catch up with all the soccer videos I needed to do. But getting back into that, so probably have a video series for football as well coming up.
From Kirk. All right, David, I know you provide content in written form over at the sites.
Yep, one of the free pick writers for Sports Chat Place and Pick Dawgz. You just head to the site, click on free picks, click the sports you're looking for, and you get a free pick, trends, stats, all that good stuff on either site. So head on over and check it out.
Javon, you got a parlay video shorts up there for everybody on the video series.
Yeah, absolutely. Not tonight, but tomorrow we'll have another parlay short up, less than 60 seconds, in and out real quick. So hopefully it cashes.
It cashes, exactly. All right, Brad, I know we can find your Nerfies, and you got video series up there as well over at Pick Dawgz.
Yes, sir. Yep, Yerfies and Nerfies vids, as well as a 2-lay parlay every single day. So go check that out on Big Dawgz YouTube.
Ron, when does hockey start?
A good month and a half.
Month and a half.
A long way to go.
All right,
hockey.
still long and great. All right.
Not until October 5th, 6th, somewhere in there. They do the Summit Series. I think it's in Chechnya this year. Is a couple games over in Chechnya to kick off the NHL, and then it goes big. I've got a chart over in a book there that I've been digging up already. See what the schedule is. Schedules are out, so I've already been looking at it, but it's still a long way away. Too busy focused on college football and NFL football. It's that time of year. I'm still enjoying the nice little break from hockey before we dive back into the grind of the 16 games a day hockey schedule.
That's right. They really grind you. I know, Joe. You're the guy out there on the motorsports. You got NASCAR covered over at Pick Dawgz.
Yes, sir. We got 2 weeks left in the regular season. Next week's at Daytona. The following week after that is at Darlington, and then it's full speed right into the playoffs. So I'm very much so looking forward to this as it winds down.
That's right, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, set those notifications so you're notified when these picks come live here on the YouTube channel from Pick Dawgz. All right, before we sign off, anybody have anything to add here? That's gonna do it. All right. Well,
get those winners! Get it!
You got it. All right, guys, gonna go ahead and wake up. Bye, guys. You guys have a great afternoon and evening, and we'll catch up with you again tomorrow here on the drive-thru.